I have no problem celebrating me. I appreciate what God is doing with me because he is living in me. And since he stood up in me, I'm going to do everything it is that he said I could do. And I'm going to be everything he said I could be. Hey, something done shook it up around here. Oh, probably had that music turned up around here. Yes, I do listen to my music very loud. I like that frequency when it is bold, loud, and clear. I listen to brothers like Newbury because he played that music over those 432 hertz. See, he played that music that healed the DNA, not the 440 that the regular radio stations play that makes our DNA hurt. Ooh, that's a harsh frequency. It is devastating to you and me. It suppresses the activation of who everything that we were designed to be. Keeps us in a fallen state. Facing east when home is west. East of Eden. Come on. Let's just consider some things deeper than what they have superficially mean. Look inside of ourselves and see that it's greater inside of each and every human being. We have reached the point of no return. We are finally touched down on the ground. The God body is home. And it seems we've landed in a danger zone. And so God is saying, Israel, it's time to come home. You know, because you know that you was chosen. But some of these people that be talking about them being chosen is just posing. Acting like they know things that they just really don't know in. Could never really tell you how far God is willing to go in. To make sure that this message is delivered so loud and clear. We have reached a new day. This is a new beginning, dear. These characters that we see that are displayed publicly, they are the expressions of archetypes that we've been reading about all our lives, you see. It is bringing these words alive right here in the present for you and me. You and I were designed to have peace. You and I were designed to be free. But in order to be free, you got to be willing to let go of everything. You got to be willing to release yourself from all of your fantasies and all of your dreams. You have to see through the false ones. Recognize the repeated synchronicities of their schemes. How many times have they stolen your dreams? How many times have they brought about the nightmares in which you screamed? Think about who is around you. Think about who is really down with you. And it's really not even about what they're saying, and I promise you, less about what they do. Because if they're doing everything for you and complaining because they have a need, then this is an insincere giver, and what they're giving you do not need. You are just the bait to continue to feed their need. Not recognizing that there is no such thing as a need indeed, because God meets all of our needs. But if one believes that he needs, then he needs. And if he needs, then he's going to need. But when one knows that he knows that he knows that he knows, he knows. And so he knows. This is the way that the God body story goes. Family, I am Josephine Peace. An agent of change here to bring peace. The lion is uncaged and he is roaming the streets. You must understand that this lion is truly seeking peace. But you could never ever forget that the lion is also a beast. A description of varying degrees. It shows that for as evil as one can be, well, that is also how good he could also be. This is the power that has been given to you and me. This is the power that all men who are free have indeed. We have the power to choose. Are we fulfilling our wants, or are we fulfilling our needs? But if you are trying to meet your need, then you have missed the point indeed. For if God would supply all of your needs, what would one ever need? So why would you concern yourself with your needs instead of just concerning yourself with what you want? If you want peace, then give yourself peace. If you want love, then love yourself, please. Why does what you can do for yourself need to be the job of somebody? If you did it for you, imagine how much time they would have. Instead of loving you, they would be loving them, and then they would give themselves the love. And then they would run over with love. It would be tipping over the brim. They would not even have to try, see, because love would go in front of them. This is the natural order of men and women. Equally bound to one another, forever tied from within. For there is no such thing as a man without a woman. We are here in a beautiful time. Life is opening up the doors to life. Should you choose life this time, See, we're going to say so eloquently the things that we would think that Jesus would say. If Jesus was sitting here and talking to you today, he said it's the root and the offspring. Thank you, Father, for correcting me. Thank you for tapping me into the reality of all that I could actually be. God solidified for me that I'm the beginning, the middle, and the end, you see. Before as long as there is God, then that is how long there is me. And by the choice I make, I decide on the form I take. But imagine if you decided to get healthy not on one level, but on all three. Could you imagine the power you would be endowed with? A living, breathing, activated God body. Tapped in, giving eyes to see, ears to hear. Live your life without a drop of fear. Understanding that the true and living God is standing up in here. And it's not that I don't care, but see, I have cast my cares. See, I've taken those things off of me. Give them to God respectfully. And in turn, God said, dear heart, thank you for doing your job. Now I'm going to give you your peace. I, right now, am speaking to someone. He said, tell them it's already been undone. Whatever it is that you thought you would do, it has not been able to happen. And it's about to ricochet and turn around on you. Oh, God is speaking to somebody. And whoever he's speaking to, you know who. I'm just saying how it comes. Drink the water. It's important, son. It is very important that we drink the water, each and every one. Yeah, I don't really like that. Anyhow. I thought about it many times what this day would be. How I would tell the world just who is me. When you go through the Rolodex of my poetry, you will see these words that were scrolled by me. Through the hurt and the pain, I started drawing me. And those drawings are going to line my hallways, my friend. So that I will never in my life ever forget where I have been. To remember to take responsibility for myself. And not to succumb to men. To rely on my help that is ever abound and only comes from within. To let go of any notion that there is something that I could ever truly receive from men. And that the only source of love that I would ever receive is the love that I have from within. I am so grateful that I found that one true and living friend. Made me realize that when you really got a real friend, that friend will be closer than your brother. That friend will be closer than your mother. And when you got that friend, it's the only friend you ever going to have where you ain't got to worry about somebody frying in the end. It's that love that you already knew about because you know the end at the beginning. And now you realize that I'm right back at the beginning, and right now I'm falling in love again and again and again and again. Not with anything outside, but with everything within. That my soul is so satiated that I feel just content being within. That no matter what people would try to do, the evil things, some people are maniacal. And you can't imagine what people would try to take you through. But one thing you see that has truly freed me is that I realize that I'm not stuck in anything. And as long as I continue to go through, well, I'm just going through. But eventually, I will reach the other side. And Lord, I knew that when I got to the other side, I would meet you. I thank you for opening the door up like you said you would do. I thank you for gifting me with mastery because you told me that if I would ask for it, you would give it to me. You shook off the dust. You cleaned me again. Gave me a name and established me as your friend. Promised me out loud that I would never have to worry again. That I would never have to reduce myself. Beneath the ideas of any of them. But I could live the life of majesty that is afforded for me by the God who lives within. God said, yes, I use donkeys, and I will even use foolish men. But it does not matter what happens. You knew the end at the beginning. And what I guaranteed you was that in the end, you was going to win. So why would I ever worry about what's happening when I already know the ending? God, I thank you with all of my heart for taking me as a friend with you. For giving me an uncommon love no matter what I would go through. A resolve to push on and carry on no matter how much they thought they would hurt was going to do. Not realizing that, yes, I can feel those things, but I got a greater thing that is comforting me, making me feel that this is nothing but pain. And if you felt pain once, well, pain is the same time and time again. So you condition yourself to just walk straight through pain. Understand that pain is just part of the journey, my friend. How bad do you really want to go within? How bad are you truly seeking God to be your friend? How bad do you want to tap into your power that comes from within? How bad do you want to tread over scorpions, snakes, and evil men? How bad do you want to re-enter into the kingdom again? How bad do you want peace and order to be restored to men again? How bad do you want to be filled up instead of being sad? How bad? How bad? Can you tell yourself how bad? Now ask yourself, are you willing to do what is required so that you can have all of that? How bad? How bad? I'm going to tell you how bad. I'm going to live this thing out loud. You're going to understand that I am so God-given proud. And I ain't proud of nothing about me. I'm proud of the fact that I am part of God's body. And while I am just a cell in the body of God, I am a cell, oh well. And because I am that cell, oh well, yes, I am that I am. And I am endowed to do all that I am because God said that I am that I am. And since I accept that I am going to be all that I am. And if you don't like who I am, well, let me tell you something, Sam. You can get your ass on. I already got my friend. This is the power that you receive when you come to live within. You recognize that you do not need the company of common and ordinary men. And if they are around, well, that's nice too. But when you got this level of friendship with God, you don't need nobody but you. And you can't imagine the creative things that you will be able to do. So remember I told you, it always takes two to make one. And if you by yourself, in order for you to be able to create, you got to go inside and get with that other one. And with 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, boom, 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 God is in the midst. And he will activate your DNA body. And you start to do things just marvelous. You won't even have to guess. Be like manna drop in heaven. He'll fill up your treasure chest. See, this is how God blesses the body that performs the best. Who can go through the pain and still remain. Not give in to the attacks of wicked and wretched men, but trod over them, for they are but snakes and scorpions. Knowing that I'm going to make it. I'm getting the finish line. I'm going within. See, I'm not going to end up like common men. I'm going to be the one that they talking about like legends from times of other great men. I know that the only time is right now. And if right now is right now, then right now I could do anything that I want to do right now. Because right now is right now. And because right now is the only now, I know that right now is the right now that it's time for me to get down. It's time for me to let the gauntlet down. It's time for me to see who's who. And let's see who won't be sticking around. It is time. It is time. Yes, it is. Because right now is the only time. I got to remember here right now, right now. Now, I remember the last time we had this conversation about right here, right now. And we said that when we got right here, right now, we was going to remember right here, right now. That we wasn't going to do nothing else. But remember right here, right now. We wasn't going to try to put ourselves nowhere else but right now, because right now is the only now, because right now we have promised ourselves that we will remember right now. We promised ourselves that never again will we ever go down where we was at, because we remember right now is the only right now. And right now is right now, so right now get right now. Don't you forget how you got to get now, because right now is the only time that's really down. You got to get right now, because right now is the only now. If you was in any other now, then it ain't right now. So you got to get right now. And remember right now, right now. And so you say, how do I get here from here? Well, you get here right now. Right now, you here. Remember here right now. Now, right here, you got to remember right here, right now, right here. Right here is right now. Right now is right here. Right here is right now. You can never forget anything because it's always now. What other time could there be when only the thing that exists was inside of one body? And so whatever is in the body can see. If the body was looking in the right direction and the body was focused on me. This is the power that comes with being free. You have a brand new set of eyes. You are able to see intrinsically, deeply into things. You have answers, boy, that come through your dreams. You meet people almost accidentally. But everybody that needs to be there, somehow they always where they meant to be. How does God do that so eloquently? Are you paying attention to the synchronicities? Are you seeing the things that are actually happening? Or are you in your feelings telling people about your dirty dealings and what you feel like somebody should have done for you? Not recognizing that if you would just do that very thing that you want somebody else to do for you, you would have what you want, and then there would be nothing that anyone would ever have to do. It is time for us to learn the lesson of falling in love with you. Don't worry. We're going to pick this back up because I got something else I got to do.